Hello and welcome to another Construction Toy Dude review. Today we are looking at the Lego Batman movie set, reference number 70911. It is called the Penguin Arctic Roller and contains 305 pieces. The name Arctic Roller is a play on words because an Arctic roll is a kind of dessert with layers of sponge and ice cream. Roller is also a slang term for a Rolls Royce, so it's a big car for the Penguin Arctic. Yeah, you can work the rest out. Now this set was a present from Mrs. Construction Toy Dude and I've been looking forward to building it. Inside the box we have two bags of parts, two instruction manuals, and the inevitable sticker sheet. Boo, I do not like stickers. These are the parts all laid out. First pieces which draw your eye are these two moulded wings for the front of the car, two enormous tyres, and also quite a few gold pieces for the trimming and detail. Yeah, nice selection here, so let's start putting it together. I think we might have a missing part. Here there is one flipper, diver's flipper, and presumably there should be two, but we'll discover that as we're building. I've finished construction, so let's start by looking at good old Danny DeVito himself, the Penguin. Yes, Danny DeVito played the Penguin in 1992's Batman Returns, a film which was quite dark and twisted. Subsequently, director Tim Burton was booted off the franchise and they brought in Joel Schumacher for the next films. Batman Forever, which was good fun, and Batman and Robin, which was terrible. Right, let's look at him in detail. Light blue flesh tone, probably to do with chilliness and being cold and all that. Monocle, very angry expression, he needs to go to anger management classes. On the torso we have his penguin suit, not a suit which is actually a penguin, but it's a term for a type of evening suit and formal wear. A wee printed cravat there. Nothing on the back, but on the arms we have these nice printed cufflinks. Give him his head back, trademark top hat, and his famous umbrella gun. Next we have Batman. This is not a unique minifigure. I think this one is included in quite a few sets. He has the standard printing on the front of the torso and on the rear. The head we have seen many times before, dual expressioned, and this one has a removable utility belt. The earlier Batman figures before the Lego Batman movie range I think only had printed utility belts even, rather than an actual piece which they wore. He comes with a batarang for tackling the Penguin, but no vehicles, and I think for a set like this it would have been nice to get a third minifigure, possibly a police officer or a henchman for the Penguin. With the minifigures out of the way, we can turn our attention to the real star of the set, the Penguin's Arctic Roller, and what a car this is. It's incredibly long, as the actress said to the Bishop. In fact, it is pretty much the length of two standard police cars. One, two. Although, width-wise, pretty much the same. Now, features. It comes with two launchable missiles at the front, and to set them off you press down on this lever here. So where's Batman? There we go. Oh, and he's dead. No more Batman movies. Sorry about that. The roof can be lifted off to place a minifigure inside. Now, because Danny DeVito is a short-legged figure and has no holes in the back of his legs, he has to stand to drive the car, and thus it has two 1x2 razors at the bottom, and he just stands on those to hold him in place. There is a sticker for a control panel just in there, and a steering wheel. There is just enough clearance between his hat and the roof for it to be put back on again. This car is incredibly detailed. On the front we have a hood ornament which looks like a penguin, or a penguin's head anyway. These massive headlamps. There is a sticker for the registration plate on the front and one on the back as well. They say High Flyer, which I'm guessing is a pun on the fact that penguins are flightless birds. They cannot fly. On the side there is a fish, which is either a missile or a gun, I'm not sure which, and that is replicated on the other side as well. Down here we have two pistols on either side to represent exhausts, and just studs used here and there, and some gold pieces to give the sense of luxury and class, which, given I think this is meant to be a vehicle from around the 1930s, is pretty appropriate, and it really captures the essence of a car from that era. At the rear there is an opening boot or trunk. Inside there is this small watercraft. It's designed to look like a tobogganing penguin. Tobogganing is when a penguin lies on its stomach and shoots across the ice and snow. Very handy for getting down slopes. Of course, in real life a craft this narrow would just turn turtle and the driver would drown, but thankfully this is make-believe, so Danny DeVito would sit in it like this and scoot away out of the clutches of Batman. From the extra pieces included in this set, I actually made a custom weapon for Danny DeVito here. I say a custom weapon, it's only 3 pieces, but it's another wee accessory for him. And you also get a spare revolver here. It's always good to have a spare gun, as any Texan will tell you. A car this cool should not be in the hands of a master criminal, but thankfully the police arrested Danny DeVito for the murder of Batman, and he was sentenced to life imprisonment. His car was confiscated under the Proceeds of Crime Act. This was very good news for me because I was able to buy the car very reasonably priced at police auction. Even though there are these 2 risers at the bottom there for Danny DeVito to stand on, a standard minifigure can still be sat at the wheel. There we are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off for a drive. And so we come to final score time. Starting with quality, 5 out of 5, up to Lego's usual high standard. Design, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5. You could argue that the wee watercraft is something or nothing and a bit more attention could have been given to it, but I don't really care, as the car is so lovely. Buildability, 5 out of 5. It was a total pleasure to put together. Value for money, I'm going to give this 4. It cost about £30, and for that price I would have expected more than 2 minifigures, plus maybe even a wee vehicle for Batman. Nothing substantial, just maybe a wee mech or a motorbike, something like that. Play value, I'm only going to give this 3.5 out of 5, because there's only 2 minifigures, plus nothing really for Batman to do apart from throw his Batarang. This gives us a total score of 22.5 out of 25. This is one of my favourite sets from the Lego Batman movie range. The other is the Joker's Notorious Lowrider, but that costs about £50, which I think is extortionate for that set. Maybe I'll get it when it's on sale or something like that, you never know. Anyway, highly recommend you get this if you like Batman, or if you even just like classic cars. I also recommend seeing Batman Returns if you haven't already. I can't remember this vehicle being in the Lego Batman movie, probably because I kept on falling asleep when I went to the cinema. It was really annoying. The parts I did see I enjoyed, so I will have to get the film on DVD and watch it right the way through. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe, comment and leave a thumbs up. I will see you again when I can with another construction tidy review. Oh, and please check out the channels I am subscribed to. You will not be disappointed, and you will find many hours of happy viewing.